Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to talk about Temu, CedCommerce, about how you can expand your business and grow your business on the platform using our solutions. I'll start from the Temu part. So my name is Anna. I'm a Senior Business Development Manager here at Temu UK. I'm based in London. I've been in the company for almost 7 months now. Prior to that, I was in TikTok Shop for a couple of years, for those of you who are selling on TikTok. Hello. And prior to that, I was working in e-commerce for quite a few years, so I'm very well positioned with the e-commerce space, and I'm very happy to share my knowledge about e-commerce in general. Well, but today we're talking about Temu specifically. I'm pretty sure that all of you know about Temu, so I'm not going to focus on this part too much, but hopefully I will be able to give you a little bit of interesting bits that you might not have heard yet about the mission. So Temu is striving to become platform that is providing customers a variety of products across all the categories possible and at affordable prices and at competitive prices, which doesn't mean cheap, but it does mean cheaper than competitors. So pricing strategy is very important to the business. Then this is a little bit of a snap in terms of how the platform has been developing so far. So we launched in just 2022, so it was very recent in the US. And then you can see for a few years continuously, we've been top ranked amongst the most downloaded app across US several times across different segments, including the Gen Z. And later, now, once we launched in the UK and European markets as well, in those markets as well, we've been continuously top ranked as the most downloaded app. And that's, again, to my point that probably even before you started thinking about selling on Temu or using it as a business, you've already heard about the platform as a customer or as a potential customer. So the strategy has been very aggressive to join the market, provide loads of products, cross-border products mostly, that are cheap and that are being delivered within 2-3 weeks. So that was the initial stage. Then we moved, talking about the UK specifically. In the UK, we launched our local-to-local program at the end of 2024. So that's been a little bit more than 1 year. And that is a pivoting stage when the business turned to a more mature stage. So first we launched as those like cheap products, cross-border products delivered within 2-3 weeks. Now what we want to do is bring high quality, higher price, better services, well-known brands, well-known local brands to the platform to be able, again, to become the ultimate final goal to the customers, to be able to find absolutely everything, including the well-known brands from the UK, that they can deliver, that they can receive within 2-3 days or even faster, depending on where you are. This, I think, is my favorite slide in terms of numbers, and it just gives you an understanding of the platform, just gives you the feeling of the platform. Currently, we have more than 20 million customers in the UK, which I talk about this number all the time, and it's still mind-blowing because the population of UK, I think, around 64, 67 million, if I'm not mistaken. So it's basically a third of population using the platform, which is absolutely insane. And when I'm saying customers, that means these 20 million, each of them had a purchase on the platform within, at least one purchase on the platform within 90 days. So these are the active customers. It's not just people who heard about the platform or opened it. These are people who actually bought something on the platform. Then the rest of the numbers are specifically about the UK. So as I mentioned, in the UK, the local-to-local program, we launched it at the end of 2024, so it's been live for a little bit more than 1 year. Since that, we already have more than 5,000 local sellers, and those sellers list more than 200,000 products, which in fact, this number is much higher, but because we do have just a few sellers with wide range of products, like books, for example, that do have dozens and 100,000 products, just those sellers. And the most probably important and interesting number for you would be the average order value, which is £40. And I'm pretty sure that everyone can agree that this is a very high number for the platform that is perceived, or that is used to be perceived, as a cheap Chinese platform with cheap products, cross-border products. So this £40 represents the average order value among local sellers on the platform at the moment. So that combines, of course, different categories, from very expensive electronics, furniture, to lower a range of products like FMCG products, household goods, etc. And combined, this is around £40. It also driven by the free delivery threshold. We do have the £35 threshold for orders. So once the order goes above 35, customer gets free delivery. That obviously motivates them to try to go to that threshold to get more and to get the free delivery. Who doesn't like free delivery? So yeah, £40. I think this is very important note for you to just take out from this webinar today, that this is not only about cheap Chinese product. This is actually, we're now at a different stage. We do have local sellers, we do have local products, and customers know that, and customers buy that, and they have trust to the platform, so they're willing to spend those money. This is a few factors why customers shop on Temu. Sorry, TikTok shop. Well, I've been there 2 years ago. 7 months ago for 2 years. A few notes is engagement, affordability, and easy to use. Engagement, I'm not even going to stop on that. You've all probably seen all of those coupons and gamification, and some of you might love them, some of them might hate them, but they do tend to work and to sort of encourage customers to stay on the platform longer and discover products they might not thought of. So there's a lot of discovery commerce. There's a lot of emotional purchasing, especially for those categories that are more content driven. We do encourage all of these rich content when you add more visuals, more videos, etc., because that does increase your sales. Affordability, we talk about pricing a lot. This is very important. So we make sure the prices are competitive on the market. We do compare ourselves across other platforms like Amazon, for example. So we make sure that what we're offering to the customer actually is competitive and makes sense to them to choose Temu over other platforms. Now let's talk a little bit more about the categories. So the disclaimer, I've mentioned that I'm only going to cover just a few categories because it's impossible to cover everything. But if you don't see the category that you are particularly focusing on, please do not be misled that this category is not important or not popular. It's simply because it's impossible to cover everything. We do sell everything from fashion to toys to electronics, home appliance, supplements, everything. I'm going to focus just on a few as example. So first of all is home and kitchen. It's one of the largest category in terms of the category mix on Temu at the moment. Here you can see just a few examples of products, of how many products are sold, and just the key categories that we are looking at the moment. The demand is driven mostly by multi-packs and bulky product, not bulky, but bulk products. So if, for example, if you're selling smaller goods, putting 2-3 more items in a pack is quite popular among those, again, smaller items categories. Then we do see, we highlighted here a few categories that we see that they're trending most at the platform at the moment. So everything around kitchen storage, either that storage jars, drawers, organizers, storage boxes, everything that can optimize and organize your space around you is very popular. Then we do see very in top popular searches, the cleaning tools, especially now with spring, all of the spin mops, gadgets, vacuum cleaners, etc. Another one that is quite popular is home aesthetics. LED lights is going to be extremely popular, especially closer to Q4 and Christmas decorations. But at the moment, we still see lots of demand in some wall decorations, candles, etc. And finally, one of the also very popular categories at the moment is everything related to space-saving solution, which is similar to kitchen storage, everything that can be foldable, foldable chairs, tables, etc., or multi-purpose use. That is also very popular at the moment. But again, home and kitchen is quite a diverse category, and there are lots of different subcategories which are different from each other, but we just try to summarize a few bits that you could take away today. In terms of sort of opportunities, again, these are the categories that we see that are growing. And then we do see that there is a growing demand in branded home appliance because I think branded home appliances have always been historically very well positioned because of the trust, because brands invest a lot of the time and effort to build that trust. And then we want to bring those brands to the platform to, again, make sure that customers know that this is not only the platform for cross-border products anymore. We do see as well the trend for refurbished home appliance as an affordable alternative. So this is something you are related to, or you have access to suppliers, or this is something you're specializing in. Definitely do have a look and give it a go. And yeah, here's just a couple of examples. Next would be patio lawn and garden. That's another very popular category on the platform, and it's especially growing now because it's a high season. So for this category, it's very seasonal driven. The season starts roughly around March and it goes all the way till October. It's a very high online penetration category, so lots of purchasing is happening online already, and we're just competing for that online traffic and online customers. A few subcategories to have on your radars would be barbecue and outdoor cooking, garden tools equipment, plants and seeds, garden furniture, and other related accessories. Why these categories specifically? So they do have several advantages when you compare it to, again, the cross-border assortment that we do have on the platform. For example, for barbecue and outdoors and for plants and seeds, these are the sensitive and highly regulated categories that Chinese sellers simply do not have the required materials, requires certification. Some of the products needs to be made in the UK to be able to sold in the UK, which is obviously something that those sellers do not have. So you do have already the advantage basically to get the traffic and to get the customers. Some of the products as well, again, in barbecue categories or in some garden tools, are quite bulky. And this is another advantage versus the cross-border sellers, because logistics of the bulky products overseas is quite expensive, and you definitely have this price attractiveness that you can, this opportunity that you can put in the price and make it more attractive for the customers. So these are definitely the categories to be aware of, to have on your radars, and if you have any access to that, just to consider if this is something you're interested in developing. And finally, furniture. That would be the third category that I will talk about today. It's sort of similar with home and kitchen and garden. That's why I picked it in terms of the trending categories or some patterns that makes it more competitive. So that for you, it will be probably easier to have this inside takeaway to take with you after the webinar. In terms of furniture, what is quite interesting that we see on the platform at the moment, that all of the high value and high bulky products have the most demand on the platform. So all of the big sofas, bed, mattresses, living room and bedroom are the key subcategories in this category that are most popular. And they take roughly around 60% of the total GMV of the category. So these are definitely the major ones, the bigger ones. And again, similar to garden and patio, those bulky products have a massive advantage, obviously, with the cross-border sellers, because cross-border sellers cannot simply ship those products. So definitely a category to be aware of if you are ever considering, or you already have a furniture business. That's a very popular category on the platform. Fun fact, my first purchase on Temu as a customer, long before I was actually working here, was a piece of furniture, and I bought a shoe rack, which was quite unexpected to everyone, including myself. And that was the best purchase ever. It was delivered super fast. I think it was next day or 2 days. And the most important, that I assembled it myself, and that was to my husband's face. I'm very pleased with the product, and it's just confirms that furniture is actually a category that is doing quite well on the platform. And that was one of the categories that opened very early when we started the local to local program, because again, I was not working in the company. I was not aware that those products were available. I just simply decided to have a look because of all of these Temu engagement. Temu was everywhere. And yeah, that's how they got me, hooked me as well. So these are just a couple of examples from actual sellers who are selling on the platform, and they're just sharing their experience. Again, experiences are different sellers, different businesses, different categories. Obviously, we would like you to have those positive examples of successful stories to have as a reference that this is what can happen on the platform, that is actually already happening, and how businesses are growing. So you can see both of these examples, both of these sellers tells about their experience that they were managed to grow their business on Temu within 3 months to the volume of 40 or 50% of their Amazon sales just within 3 months. And for one seller, that volume took them 2 years on Amazon to build. So that's just gives you a snapshot of how fast the platform grows, and that there's a lot of opportunity here. And finally, Temu value-added services. So we'll talk a little bit more about the categories. And again, I've just covered a few of them, but there are more. Some of our strategic focuses at the moment in home and living, including those garden and furniture, and also beauty and wellness, including some personal care and supplements products as well. These are one of the, again, strategic priorities for certain criteria that we chose. And then when we started, our team did not have any category-specific project, let's say, or approach. We're all working on just bringing the local sellers to the platform because we had none. Now we moved to a new stage, to a more mature stage. Each of our team has now specialization on the category. So we do have a dedicated team who works with furniture sellers, furniture problems or issues, or growth opportunities. We have team who works with supplements. We have team who works with toys, fashion, etc. That just gives you hopefully a feeling that we are a more mature platform and we want to develop in those categories specifically. We understand that each category has different features, different needs, and needs to have a special attention. In terms of working with sellers, we also try to provide direct support. Normally, we work sort of in pair, business development manager and account manager, or account manager team, to support the seller. So business development manager like myself, I'll be able to help you to get through the onboarding, to talk about the strategy, what products you want to list, how do you want to list, how many accounts do you want to have, how do you want to diversify your business if you have those opportunities, or anything related to that, how you want to grow the platform. And an account manager and account operational team, they work with all the technical operational issues that you might have. Hopefully you won't, just to resolve them quickly. We do provide the fast onboarding and go-to-market strategy. So the onboarding is very straightforward. After the webinar, you'll all receive the links that it will be the invitation link to start the registration process if you're not Temu seller yet. The registration process is quite straightforward. So if you're already selling on any other platforms, you will be familiar with all of the requirements that are being asked from you. And then again, depending on the specific category, you might need to provide additional certification, documentation, etc., that our team, myself, our business development and account manager team will be able to navigate through and make it faster. And finally, we do work close with partners across different topics, across different segments. Of course, we do have logistics providers, and we work with partners like CedCommerce, who will be able to make all of this onboarding journey even faster, even smoother, and automate lots of the solutions to make it literally hassle-free for you. So you could operate and manage your sales across different channels, because again, we do understand that sellers try to have different sales channel, and we do support that and encourage that. I think that's a very healthy business growth, and hopefully we'll be able to be one of your sales channel, hopefully the most successful one, and the CedCommerce will be able to help with that. And on this note, I'll pass it to Shivangi, who will tell you more about the CedCommerce features and opportunities. Should I stop sharing, Shivangi?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. I'm Shivangi, Senior Partnerships Manager at CedCommerce. I've been with CedCommerce for over 4 years now, and it's been a delightful journey. I've been majorly taking care of US and UK based marketplaces. We've been in touch with Temu, and we've had a strong partnership with Temu for over a year and a half now. And it's been an amazing experience. We've tried to innovate, we've tried to develop newer products that allow every seller to easily scale on this platform and this marketplace. So to begin with, for all the people who are not aware of how CedCommerce works, CedCommerce is a leading e-commerce solution provider, and we specialize in marketplace integrations, omni-channel enablement. It empowers online sellers and brands to seamlessly connect their stores with global marketplaces. Through our robust API-driven solutions, we've been able to cater major marketplaces across the globe now. And with a strong focus on automation, scalability, and ease of use, CedCommerce enables businesses to manage product listings, inventory, orders, and pricing across multiple platforms. We have recently engaged into omni-channel solutions as well. So now, along with multi-channel solutions, omni-channel enablement is a huge offering for every seller who is interested in working with CedCommerce. For the sellers on Temu who have been on Temu or who are interested, CedCommerce plays a critical role in simplifying and scaling operations. And by allowing sellers to leverage their existing catalog and infrastructure, CedCommerce reduces the effort required to onboard and sell on Temu. So sellers can quickly sync products, automate inventory, pricing updates, and manage orders efficiently without any duplication work. Most importantly, I think CedCommerce acts as a growth enabler, helping sellers expand faster by turning their existing sales channel into a reliable source of truth for Temu. This not only shortens time to market, but also sort of improves the consistency, reduces errors, allows sellers to focus on scaling their business rather than managing operations. What we're trying to put out in this webinar today is a product called UniCon. UniCon is the first step towards the omni-channel solution offering that CedCommerce has stepped into. UniCon is seamless expanding from Amazon to Temu with rebuilding your operations from scratch. So basically, when we talk about selling on Temu, most of the time that we've spent so far has been from PrestaShop and Shopify as sources of truth. So all the sellers who have been with us have either been connected from Shopify or they have had PrestaShop as their source of truth. But now we have introduced Amazon as the source of truth for all the sellers who find it difficult to scale on Temu with any other source of truth. You can now come to UniCon and seamlessly sell on Temu using this. We have enabled your centralization in terms of catalogs, in terms of attributes, in terms of managing your listings. Everything will now be in one dashboard, and it will help you optimize and market products from Amazon to Temu directly, all while unifying your orders, your fulfillment, your performance insight in a single dashboard. So I also have of course, there will be more details sent to you. For all the people who are interested, we'll drop in an email. You can reach out to us. We will share our pages of inquiry. So there, more details will be shared to you there. But for now, I will swiftly move on to a small walkthrough on how this might be able to help you. So first, for starters, you create your profile. You get in with whatever plan suits the best for you. And before you even come on to this step, my team will be in touch with you. They will guide you through everything that is required. They will let you know how this works, how the following steps will happen. And the dashboard will welcome you with all the details that you need to start this work for. This will be your UniCon. Once you have created an account on UniCon, your page, this is what your page will look like. And from here, you move forward to making your connection from Amazon to the Temu marketplace. Step number 2 will be connecting and configuring your Temu seller account. You will have a list of channels that will be visible here. You can select Temu, you can select your region. From there, you will be redirected to this page where you can connect and configure your Temu seller account and the details that you need to enable for a setup checklist. From there, moving forward to everything that your Temu account details will have. So you will have your generic attribute mapping that is available on your Temu store. You will have your channel setup. There will be a whole guide along with this. Whatever you see on the screen, along with this, we will also provide a step-to-step guide for you to be able to see what the next step would be, how it would be helpful to you, how can you move forward from there. And of course, you will have someone from CedCommerce team helping you. Step number 2, within the account connection and configuration, will have your warehouse mappings. We support a couple of fulfillment channels. All the fulfillment shipping labels, I think, that come from Temu are supported by CedCommerce already. But if you have any specific fulfillment channel, we can get in touch. We can get you supported to fulfill your Temu orders for that as well. I'll keep this a little faster just in case some of you, I'm assuming, would not have a Temu account already. So this will not be very relatable. Once your Temu account connection and configuration is set up, is when we get a validation that yes, you're a Temu account holder. For all the sellers who come up to CedCommerce and do not have a Temu account, CedCommerce and Temu are in partnership. So we will get you in touch with someone from the Temu team. You can complete your onboarding. They will help you with the account creation process on Temu, and then we can get started with it. Once your Temu account is configured, we will get on to Amazon settings. This is fairly simple. You just connect your Amazon account directly. Your store gets mapped in within the UniCon section. You go to your Amazon Seller Central, give us the required permissions, authorize UniCon, and your products will start displaying within the UniCon section. Once both the connections have been established, uploading products on Temu becomes fairly easy. When we talk about product upload and managing multiple channels, it often means endless tools, duplicate work, and error-prone data. But UniCon simplifies it all with the kind of solution, with the kind of capability that this tool has. You can accelerate your launches. You can stay in control of everything that's happening within the marketplace rules, because marketplace rules, of course, keep evolving. And once you go from Amazon to Temu, a lot of things might change. A lot of protocols might not be the same. And the standards, of course, make a difference. So UniCon will have your back there, and UniCon will take care of everything when it comes to product listing. We will take care of the attribute mappings. We will take care of the image criteria. We will take care of how your pricing, your logistics, your packaging should look like. Everything that Temu wants for a seller to take care of while you're trying to list your products, UniCon will be into that. Once your product list is available, it will have all your listings. We can move forward. We will be able to list these products on Temu post a check. There's a whole checklist that follows when we take care of everything that has to go as per Temu's guidelines. And post that, it goes into a pending state from where your products will be reviewed by the Temu team, and then it will be published. So as you can see, these are all the requirements that we will have to take care of. And this is no manual work. Everything from your Amazon to Temu will be automatically mapped and tracked, and the product list generated will move forward to going live on the platform. Along with this, a lot of products that you might not want to make live on Temu, a lot of products that you would want to create on Amazon and then make it live on Temu, every facility will be available. So post this, UniCon will become your source of truth. the products that you wish to take ahead to Temu, you will be allowed to. And if there's any that you wouldn't want to, that will also be an option. There will not be any mandatory listing from your Amazon to Temu. A couple of settings that you will have to do on the Temu platform. And then, of course, you can test your orders. You can see what fulfillment you've aligned, what warehouse you've mapped. All of those, your unshipped, your cancelled, your shipped orders, all will come in a single centralized dashboard. So once you go onto your channel order section, this is how everything will be visible. You can have a look and in the starting, of course, map it with whatever is going on your Temu seller account. And from there, all your orders will be streamlined. There will be appropriate notifications once you receive an order, once your order is shipped. On every stage, we will provide you with some information. Before we move on to the other ways to sell, I would just like to give a little recap. First, you connect your Amazon or catalog. You sync and pull your products data, listings, inventory, and pricing into UniCon. There will be no manual exports. What already exists is sort of where we will take ahead from. Then you map your marketplace requirements, category structures, attributes, required fields that are a mandate in Temu. UniCon maps those product data and listing to those channels so sellers can move into this marketplace. Once you go live, your listings are live on Temu, your inventory stays connected, your order workflows continue, and all of this happens through this one single centralized dashboard. Additionally, like I said in the start, CedCommerce also has Temu listings of Temu selling available from platforms like Shopify and PrestaShop. So along with sellers who are interested to sell through Amazon, you can also get in touch with us if you're a Shopify or PrestaShop seller. With everything that is already available on UniCon, there might be additional customizations or requirements that you might have as a brand, as a seller, and as someone who has worked with various marketplaces from a very long time. We have something called as managed services. This will take care of your product listings and optimization if you need any boost in the visibility, if you need enriched attributes, if there's a requirement of some optimized PDP content, any category improvisation, your rank stability, everything that you need to do to be sort of on top of the game on Temu. CedCommerce will have an additional support for that. We will have your images, video, and storefront visuals also refreshed, created with a lot of innovation. We have mobile optimized product videos. We have infographic. We have model-led imagery. Anything that you think can make your products look better, anything that you think your products will start ranking in priority, we are there for you. And there's advertising campaign and growth management, of course. The Temu seller account already has a lot of such features where you're able to see what campaigns are running, what categories are trending, what products have sort of a higher requirement. Based on that, if there's something that CedCommerce can additionally do for you, we'll be more than happy to help you. So if you're ready to add Temu as your next profitable revenue layer, we will be dropping in a couple of email addresses and you can reach out to us, either me and Anna. And for any other query, you can drop in those details to us. If you want to connect your stores with us, if there's anything additional that you want to ask, you can directly reach out to us. Thank you so much. That's it from my end. I think we can be over very much in time. We can be open for questions. So if there are any questions, you can just start putting it in the chat.
I think let's give a couple of minutes for everyone to digest the information. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to drop them now in the chat, reach out to us afterwards. We're very happy to tell you more, address your concerns or questions or issues, discuss your specific scenarios and cases. So yeah, hopefully you get some useful information today, some fruitful thoughts to think of. And we're very happy to see you on our platforms and work with you. Quickly, can I start selling on Temu through CedCommerce? That's on to you, Shivang.
Yes. So if you are already a Temu seller, you can just reach out to us directly. You can let us know which platform do you want to connect with, and we can set up your store within the same week, I guess. We can pull all your listings and get started. Of course, we will have a consultation discussion and see what you really bring to the table, what are you expecting from CedCommerce, and we can get started from there. If you're not an existing Temu seller, then you can get in touch with us. We will help you create your account on Temu first. We have a couple of Temu POCs in touch with us who help sellers create these accounts, and then we can get started from there.
Cool. I think that's hopefully answered. Next question. I'm already on Temu, but I have trouble increasing sales. Can CedCommerce help with this? I'm pretty sure CedCommerce can, but just briefly on the Temu side, it would be good to have a chat. If you have a business development manager, account manager, reach out to them just so they could help you to do a little bit of an audit of your existing account. Can you increase the products listings? Can you check the pricing? Can you make sure that you are participating in all of the campaigns or the ones that are relevant? Can you make sure that all of your products are actually active because you provided all of the required information, certification, or whatever it can be based on your specific case? So there are quite a few boxes to check first to make sure that, like, the easy fix that you can do. And then, of course, I'm happy to pass to Shivangyo in terms of how CedCommerce can help you to scale if you already did, if you've already done all of that and you feel like you are kind of reaching the ceiling.
Right. So I think the challenge is usually deeper than just product availability. In most cases, you might be struggling with listing visibility or maybe low click-through rates, weak product detail pages. Any of this, if identified as a challenge, CedCommerce's managed growth services that I just showed in my second last slide will be there to help you. We will help you with listing optimizations. So there will be Temu specific titles, there would be enriched attributes, we will do keyword alignment and category correction. We will also go ahead doing creative excellence. So there's lifestyle images, there's infographic, your advertising, your storefront optimization, whatever is listed as a bestseller action that needs to be performed from Temu's perspective, whether it is collection flows, merchandising, brand storytelling, all of that CedCommerce can help you with. And this will definitely turn your Temu store into a more visible, better converting and high growth revenue channel for sure. Question number 3 says, can I directly relist my Amazon catalog on Temu? Yes, you can. This is one of the fastest routes covered in the webinar. UniCon by CedCommerce will allow you to relist your existing Amazon catalog, and it will still preserve the product structure and everything that you have on Amazon, but then map those details into Temu specific categories with the required attributes, with the listing rules. So Temu's category-driven attribute requirement will make the correct mapping, which is actually very critical for approval and visibility. So yes, you can definitely do that.
For anyone who is still on the call and who has Amazon accounts, I think this is an absolutely best feature. So thank you very much for this development. I'm very excited because I know that it will help many sellers to just increase their operations and make them much faster and smoother. Last question. I begin my Temu seller account set up myself, but I am having trouble getting my products listed. So again, it will be difficult to answer without any specific or having a look at your account, but it can be there can be a few scenarios. Reach out to us. We can have a look at what you've already tried to do. Is this something maybe category related, or some maybe certification that you need to provide? Or again, if you are a CedCommerce partner, if you use their solutions, they will be able to just smoothly integrate your products from other platforms if you're using them on Temu directly with hassle-free, basically.
All right, I think that's all for the questions. I do not see anything else.
No, nothing else. Thank you again very much for everyone who also stayed till the end, who were asking questions. Hopefully it was useful. We will stay in touch. And yeah, if there are any other questions that you all might have on the later stages, please do feel free to reach out to us.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.